Want more podcasts? Head over to gmg-podcast.com.
I wanted to talk about this later, but we might as well because we're floating into it now. Why is that? Like, how has that became like? I can understand at the professional level, like a bullshit decision to protect a guy, and
Mm.
and for money when when we're talking like Wilder and those kind of guys, when we're talking about big millions of dollars with Tyson Fury, etc. But on the amateur level, there's not really much money involved. So why is, well, what's sparking the the corruption in terms of the judging and that kind of stuff? Because when we think about all the evil shit that goes on in the world, it's mostly money driven, right? But when you're looking at amateur boxing, there's not much money driven behind it. So like, as a guy on the inside, so like, because I'm from the MMA realm, so I see the corruption in that area. How is it beneficial to someone to like give a phony decision or something like that?
So you wouldn't believe it, but in the amateurs, it's also about the same thing. It's about money, man. Like it's about like basically in, let's say you're on the national team, like
Yeah,
the funding that you get is based upon like your win loss ratio and like locating to certain provinces, because certain provinces have like, well, for in Canada it's like Quebec, right? Like Quebec runs
yeah,
boxing
yeah.
in Canada. So because of like things like that, it's like they try to keep the money in Quebec. They try to keep all the like the Olympic training centers in Quebec. So they try to send all the boxers from across Canada to Quebec. They try to keep it very in there. Like it's all
Those damn Frenchies, man. No, we love them, but yeah. No, I get what you're
no,
saying.
but like they're doing like there's corruption in terms of that, but it's also at the same time you can't say that about the Frenchies in boxing, because at the end of the day the other provinces aren't putting up the money to like to to be
Do
able
it,
to,
yeah,
yeah, so like all the fights, like even like professional kickboxing and everything, that was all banned in Ontario for so long,
yeah, for
and
good.
only so it's like the Montreal culture. They got a fight culture, so they're kind of allowed to call the shots. But
Yeah, and